everybody! Hello and welcome, everyone. I am so glad you're here today. As people are joining in, go ahead and settle in. Grab some water, grab your favorite cup of tea, maybe a notebook if you like taking notes, because what we're going to cover today can be a real turning point for those of you who've been struggling with our symptoms and signs and just feel like you don't have clear answers. And as you're joining, I want to say this right away. If you've been told your labs are normal, but you still feel exhausted, inflamed, or stuck with weight gain, foggy, puffy, or just like your body isn't listening to you the way it used to, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, thyroid dysfunction, and most importantly, why so many people continue to struggle even after seeing doctors, getting the labs done, getting the treatments in with their medications, but being told that everything looks fine. Even then, yet you don't just feel like yourself. Okay, so whether you're officially diagnosed with Hashimoto's, told you may have hypothyroidism, or simply you suspect that there is something deeper going around your thyroid health, you're in the right place. This webinar is for you. And by the end of today, my goal is that you walk away with a better understanding of why you still feel the way you do, what may be getting missed in conventional care, and why the medications are failing, and what a real root cause approach can look like. So let's get into it. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Christina Yang. I'm a working mom of two. I love spending my weekends with my two little ones here in California. Here I am at the Disneyland. I absolutely love Mickey and Minnie. And I love going on a hike on a beautiful California coast. So I'm a licensed chiropractor. I have pursued functional medicine training ever since I started my career about 10 years ago. I hold masters in oriental medicine and acupuncture. My background has always been rooted in looking into deeper root cause issue, not just what symptoms do you have, but really getting down to why did it happen in the first place. So that root cause approach is what led me into functional medicine. And honestly, it became even more personal for me because it's not just something that I studied. It's something I lived through myself. I also am somebody that has struggled with Hashimoto's and thyroid dysfunction personally. So when I say I understand how frustrating and lonely this journey can feel, I truly mean it. I know what it's like to feel like something's off in your body, but you've been told that everything looks normal. I know what it's like to feel tired all the time, to struggle with the symptoms that don't make sense, and to wonder why the standard approach and the medication is really not solving the problem. And that's a big part of why I'm so passionate about this work, because once I started digging deeper and looking at the body differently, everything changed. But that's not just for me. Also for many clients who came to me feeling lost and unheard. So if that's you today, I want you to know that you're not crazy, you're not lazy, you're not broken. There's usually a reason your body is giving you these signals. So you probably ended up here because something in your body just did not feel right anymore. You're constantly feeling tired, you're struggling to lose weight, you're having skin rashes and problems. I was one of them. Every time I eat something, I would just break out. I'd be itching on my neck, my back, my wrist would have some rashes and it would be red and itchy. My hair was thinning and it was just continuing to feel that way and just fall out. Feeling inflamed and just feeling not like yourself, and that disconnect is real. You're like, what is happening? But yet your doctor is saying that everything looks normal. So, and most frustrating part is that you may be doing all the things right? You may be watching your diet, you may be trying to exercise, you may already be on, thyroid medication or things that are told that are better for you for thyroid health, like supplements, but it's really not working out. And so that's exactly why I want to talk to you today and give you more insights on this, okay? So for me, a big turning point happened after having my children. This is Irene, my firstborn. And after my first pregnancy, I was told that my thyroid issues were likely temporary and it's pregnancy-related, pregnancy-induced hypothyroidism. Then after my second pregnancy, I still wasn't getting better. My dosage went up in thyroid medication. I was taking levothyroxine back then, and I felt like I've been hit by a truck every day. I gained so much weight, and no matter how hard I tried, I could not seem to change the needle on the scale. And I was exhausted. My body ached. I had unexplained rashes, and every time I woke up, I was just dreading and tiredness. And as I stood up, my feet were just feeling like they were on fire. So, even then, the doctor said the labs looked normal. And I felt like that wasn't the case because nothing truly was working out in my body. I was exhausted, and I would say to my doctor, hey, are you sure my thyroid is being controlled with the medication, because I'm just so tired. I feel like I'm beat up every morning. And every time I go and talk to him, he'll be like, well, your thyroid looks it's spot on. You're mostly tired. Most likely you're tired because you just need more rest. You're a mom of two, and that's probably why. And every time he would do some sort of blood work, everything would be a little bit off. He would be like, it's odd, but it happens. It might have been the food that you ate, or maybe you were stressed. It might be just a fluke. Let's just do it again. And every time I do it, it'll be like up, down, all over the place. So they were saying that it was normal and it was optimized. But one of the biggest problem is that many people get tested at their doctor's office with little information that they will kind of run for you. TSH, T4, T3, sometimes occasionally antibodies, but thyroid health is just very multi-factorial. It's not just about whether one number falls inside a lab range. So what often gets missed is thyroid antibodies, inflammation factors, cortisol patterns, hormone imbalances, gut dysfunction, nutrient deficiencies, and triggers in your immune system may also be the problem in itself that's causing your thyroid to, dysregulate. And poor conversion and food sensitivities or immune reactive foods. And so, yes, someone may be given T4 medication that may help on one level, but most doctors only check the thyroid markers, just basic labs, and they rarely assess inflammation, gut health, cortisol rhythm, or immune triggers. Right. So, and they're using these labs to just diagnose you with the disease, and they go, well, you have low T4 level. Let's just supplement that with levothyroxine, because for whatever reason your body is not producing this, and so it just replaced the T4. But your body cannot convert this as a result of the conversion of T3 to 4 for whatever reason that is not getting addressed. So what happens if we just keep replacing this, outsourcing it with your medication? Your body is staying broken. You don't know what exactly is causing this, and when this root cause is staying there, they're really just giving you medication to mask the symptom, like a bandage, right? So that felt like was going on. I was like, there's gotta be something more. I felt totally off. The lab said that it was normal, but I kept pushing. I felt like there was so much more to it that was maybe triggering my thyroid to be haywire here. So this is my face. I have rashes that will be sporadically coming on and off. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of me when I was going through this Hashimoto problems that I didn't know that it was happening to me. I would be having rashes almost every day. It'll be on my wrist, it would be on my neck, back of the body, on my face, everywhere. So I had to keep pushing, and I gained so much weight I was the heaviest in 10 years, and I just did not know what was going on. I did all the diet, possible. They're high protein, really healthy food, low fat, low carbs. I even tried keto because I got some results way back in the days, but I did not get the same results this time, only to find that I was feeling a lot worse, right? And so I had to do more testing myself. When I finally ran more advanced level myself, it was eye-opening. What looked normal on the surface was absolutely not the full story. As you can see here, if you look at lab 1 here, the range should be under 1. 0 to 1 is supposed to be normal, but I tested 5,000. 5,000. And when this is supposed to be under 20, I tested 500. There were a few other lab markers that showed up as suboptimal, indicating that there was some deficiencies in my body that wasn't utilized well enough to show up as thyroid dysfunction and dysregulations. I obviously did some more hormone pattern testing, and androgens were super low, hence the reason obviously it's going to affect my cortisol level, right? And so this was below average, below range of where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be all the way up to 130, but mine was lingering at 28, and that's why I felt like I was struck by a truck at 9 a.m. in the morning. And at night I would be super wired, and I knew that my body needed rest and it was super exhausted, but I couldn't just sleep because I was so wired. This hormonal testing really got me where I, was truly finding the reason why I was feeling this way. It almost felt like on this rolled up map that this was why the doctors were telling me that where to go, but it felt like I found my own answers doing the advanced labs in the rolled up map, that we weren't looking at the whole picture. So when you open up that map, it finally gave me some indication to, okay, this is where you want to get to, but these are what's showing up as the root cause of the issue here, and not just masking the symptoms, but let's look at why your body is so broken in the first place that led you to have this kind of thyroid symptoms and signs. So here's me, eating healthy. I learned so much about my body, even being, with the background of being a holistic health practitioner. Sometimes you're the worst patient if you're a practitioner, and that was exactly what was happening. And only after I did advanced testing, I knew that surprisingly I was not allergic, but more food, like having a high sensitivity to a lot of foods that are supposed to be healthy. And it was eye-opening to me. So I changed my diet around it. I did elimination diet for a little bit of time to make sure that my body foundation was healthy and supportive enough to take those foods in without having to be too reactive, and that's exactly what happened. So I was able to introduce many of those things that I, obviously enjoy. Part of the list of the things were like, it just kind of sucks that I can't take any of those dairies anymore, but I was able to reintroduce that, and that's the beauty of functional medicine. It's about strengthening your body's system so that way it can actually be sustainable. And here's me enjoying my weekend. I'll be dead tired. I will just lay down all day, and really my kids being needy as they should because they're toddlers, I just felt like it was extra work that was being asked because my body was just so exhausted. I would have so much rash like everywhere in my body. But here's me, I'm just enjoying my life on the weekend with Irene. My little one, my firstborn, is now 4. And here's me talking about functional medicine, spreading the words, because I know that this is something that everyone needs, of the better practices to go by healthier ways and holistic ways to even improve their wellness itself, even if they don't really have any signs and symptoms. This is for everybody. So like I said, it's that you're not lazy. You're not dramatic, you're not broken, your body's signaling something here, and I'm here to help you decode together, okay? So this is really where functional medicine is different too. Instead of just asking how do we suppress the symptoms and how do we just, put the bandage on this so you're getting a little better, just as a symptom relief, we ask what is driving your immune system. What is disturbing, your thyroid functions? What is contributing to the inflammation? What is preventing the body from healing well? Or what is missing here, right? So for one person, it can be gut health. That's a huge piece. And for another person, it can be sex hormones and cortisol may be the trigger driver. And for someone else, it can be food triggers, nutrient deficiencies, or detoxification. Sometimes our environmental factors really can induce these chronic levels of stress in our body that we are unaware of. And that's why there's no one cookie cutter, one size fits all thyroid plan. And that's why people get frustrated when they try random protocols online that work for someone else. But here I am. I'm going to come together, hold your hand, particularly in your case, your body. We're going to decode it all, okay? So I'll show you every step of the way how we're going to do this. So here's how I can help you. We treat the root cause, not the symptoms, okay? We identify what is causing your specific body to not be able to make that T4 naturally. And just, I need you to feel normal again and just see the results and feel like yourself. I was there before. I know how I got here, and it's such an empowering feeling, and I want that for you. And I just want to tell you that advanced labs are very specialized. It gets sent to a specific lab. Many labs, companies are also research companies that are doing most important work on pioneering the healthcare and reshaping how we approach healing rather than symptom management. And your doctors most likely don't run these labs because conventional medicine often misses the importance of, treating the root cause of the issue. So there should be a lot of different labs. I am ordering just depending on your particular history, symptoms, and signs. So every case is different. Labs order will be different, but these labs are very simple. They come directly to your door at home as a lab kit, and you send it back with the package that came in with. Everything is ready to be dropped off at your local mailing service stores or FedEx. Some of it can be a quick blood prick test. It can be a hair strand test. Some things could be urinalysis, just your samples in urine, and some other things could also be that we send you phlebotomists at your convenience at home, or if you want to just visit your local lab at your convenience, that's totally fine as well. We'll find those labs for you and make that schedule as seamless as possible. And we do this because, again, the labs are simply the directions to where we go to find that true health and the treatment that you need to actually get to the root cause of the issue. Okay, so now I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up and not feeling like you got hit by a truck. Imagine not needing that extra coffee late in the afternoon just to survive and continue to work. Imagine understanding exactly why your body is feeling that way and what it has been missing, okay? And finally, seeing the weight change and the energy change and the inflammation not there anymore in your body. And that's what happens when you stop guessing and start working on the right information. And it's not about masking the symptoms, but it's about understanding your body well enough to support it properly. And that incredibly is freeing, because when you know what's really going on, you stop feeling helpless, you start feeling empowered. You can enjoy your time with your family, you can excel in your career without the health being the impediment, go on a vacation without having to worry about your symptoms. Whatever success looks like for you, you can't get there without health. You only have one body for your life, right? So at this point in time, also, if you're ready to just jump in a call with me to find that true healing and get to the root cause of your particular case, I would highly suggest go into our chat right now, find that link, and then you can go ahead and schedule your one-on-one session with me, okay? But this is where we can get you. Okay? Now, on the other hand, I also want to talk about this to you. I want to be honest about the cost of doing nothing today, because if nothing changes, then usually nothing happens. So for many people, that also means more fatigue, more weight gain, no explanation why you're feeling this way, higher medication doses, more frustration. And if you leave it untreated, just imagine how worsening your symptoms can be over time, because chronic illness, chronic inflammation lead to unlock some other issues later on in your body as well. More brain fog, more feeling like you're missing out on your life because you just can't get through the day with enough energy, and affects more than your just thyroid. It affects your work, your relationship, the energy with your kids. I've been there before. Your confidence, your brain fog, just not being able to be yourself at your best version of yourself, and your quality of life also is something that gets affected, right? Your health touches on everything. So you know that in deep down that doing something right now will matter for the rest of your life, right? So let's now talk about what is the next step for you, because my goal today is not just to teach you, but to help you understand what options there are if you're really wanting that real support. There's really two different commitments. You can do nothing, hence nothing happens and with no results, but you can stay the same and risk driving your health worse. Then there's this route where you can find your health, okay? If you've been listening to this webinar and you feel like my story sounds familiar, and if you've been told your labs look normal but you still feel exhausted, inflamed, and your body's just not responding, that the next step is simply to stop guessing and really get to the root cause of the issue and understand why your body's feeling that way. Okay? At this point, you might be realizing something. This is not just, a simple guide map. This is a lot more complex than just taking medication or changing your diet. And the truth is, you cannot guess your way out of your thyroid or autoimmune condition, because if you try to do this on your own, you will keep going in circles, trying different diets, supplements, and protocols, and you're reading through articles and you're so lost, you don't know what to do, and nothing fully works because it's not personalized to your root cause. And that's exactly why I'm offering you a Hashimoto's root cause strategy session. Not to give you more generic advice, but to help you identify and fix the exact root cause of your particular condition. The commonly asked questions I wanted to address here is that what if this isn't right for me? And that's exactly what the call is for, the clarity. I want to give you the clarity and understanding around your particular case and your symptoms and signs and your history, okay? And I'm not asking for any commitment. If you feel like we're not the right fit, then that's completely fine. But at least you're walking away with some kind of clarity and some kind of tips and advices on how to do this. But it's not just the rundown of the whole system or the protocol, because everyone is different in trying to get to the root cause of the issue, because that root cause can be different from one person to another. What if the diet is too strict? It is not strict at all. I can tell you that because I have been doing this ever since I knew that I had Hashimoto's after being diagnosed with just simple hypothyroidism, right? When I did the root cause of the issue, I found that was my issue. I started doing some sort of diet that stayed on for a little bit of time, and then I slowly introduced the foods more and more. And as my body was getting stronger, I was just completely fine. I wasn't getting the same rashes that I used to. I just wasn't tired as I was before. And it is personalized and realistic for that reason, and it's very, very doable, sustainable. And again, functional medicine is designed so that it's sustainable for the rest of your life. What if you don't have much time? I totally get it. We are so busy, but we build this into your lifestyle. Health is part of your day-to-day life anyway, and we want to make sure that this is being done seamlessly without affecting your lifestyle. What if you've tried everything? Well, you haven't tried the root cause personalized approach. But a doctor herself went through the same exact issue and feeling so much better on the other side of the spectrum here. And I know that I can get you there because I know the knowledge. I know that what has worked for me might not work for you, by identifying the right issues with the specialist labs. And that comes from the expertise that I hold, but as much as what I know around this specific thyroid health, because I am so invested in all the researches out there, all the protocols, all the treatments that are available, because I'm so passionate around this, for the fact that I myself got better only after doing functional medicine the right way and not with the conventional medicine or medications. Okay. What if this is too expensive? Well, like I said, the real cost is staying stuck without answers. What if you're risking more charges later on in your need if you were to start this now, so you know exactly what the root cause is and you're solving it the natural way possible, right? So I really want you to think that is an investment. Your health is wealth at the end of the day. So I would advise that we do a one-on-one session where we take a deeper look at what may actually be driving your symptoms. So during this symptom, we'll go through your symptoms, your history, what you've already tried, what may be getting missed, and which advanced labs or next steps may make most sense for your case specifically. Okay, I'll also help you identify the most likely root causes driving your thyroid dysfunction based on your story and symptoms. And one of the most valuable parts of this session is also that I will walk you through the 3 critical thyroid-related markers that many people are never properly evaluated for. Even though those missing pieces often explain why they still feel terrible despite being told their labs are normal. Now, I want to be very clear, okay? This is not a pressure call. This is not a sales call. If you don't believe that we can't help you or we're not the right fit for you, we'll tell you honestly. But if it looks like we can help you, I'll also walk you through what our personalized functional medicine process looks like and what the right next steps would be. And this session is the best for people who have Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, or thyroid-related symptoms and signs, or maybe you want to just get healthier knowing specific factors, because I help people for longevity as well by applying functional medicine labs and things like that as well. And if you want the root cause approach, and if you're ready to get real answers, and instead of continuing to guess, you want to really get to there, then go ahead, click the link below the webinar here. And just to be fair, it's not for somebody that's casually looking for some more information or not ready to take any action, because this is a personalized process and I only take a limited number of clients each month. So once these spots are filled, we close enrollment. Choose a time that works for you, fill out the short application, and we'll take it from there together, okay? And I want to say this, you do deserve answers, you deserve clarity, and you deserve to finally understand what your body has been trying to tell you. Again, click the link, choose the time that works for you, we'll take it from there. And thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly hope this helped you better understand your thyroid, your symptoms, and why so many people feel stuck even when they're trying so hard. There's a path forward, there are answers, and there are ways to support your body that go far beyond just the symptoms. And so if you're ready to take that next step, I'd love to support you. Imagine finally having energy again, feeling like yourself again, and actually knowing what your body needs. That's where we are here and why we're here to help you. And thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you on the call.